Hi, with the Republican Party that traditionally prides itself on personal responsibility, for a Republican Party that prides itself on personal responsibility, protecting the sentient unborn, and free markets, I was curious your thoughts on animal rights, just because the government subsidizes animal agriculture far more than fruits and vegetables and plant foods, which inhibits the free market and ends up slaughtering lots of animals.
Hey my love, so you're welcome back to my channel. It's your girl BB Harryfields, and I'm back again for another reaction video. So in today's video I bring to you Charlie Cake, and the title of this one is Beggar Leave Charlie Cake Hungry for a Beggar. So I can't wait for us to watch this. This is gonna be a banger. It's gonna be a heated one, trust me. It's a very short clip but very intriguing, right? And trust me, I do not own any right to this content, and if you haven't subscribed, do well to hit the subscribe button, right? Without further ado, without wasting much of our time, let's get right into this.
Hi, with the Republican Party that traditionally prides itself on personal responsibility, for a Republican Party that prides itself on personal responsibility, protecting the sentient unborn, and free markets, I was curious your thoughts on animal rights, just because the government subsidizes animal agriculture far more than fruits and vegetables and plant foods, which inhibits the free market and ends up slaughtering lots of animals. And animals are also sentient beings like the unborn. So I was curious your thoughts on all of that.
Yeah, so the question is first, is an animal a human?
No.
Okay, so does it therefore have rights?
I mean, we already have rights for animals, for dogs, cats, and even for some
no,
farm
of course,
animals.
but do you get First Amendment protections for your dog? Can your dog own a firearm, right?
No.
No, of course not. So it's not the same thing as a human.
Yeah,
now,
I'm not saying
Now,
it is,
as
yeah.
a Christian, we're also not allowed to torture or to slaughter. That's in the Noahic covenant, and repeatedly out the scriptures, we must be humane in our treatment of animals. But as far, I don't know where you're coming at from this perspective, but some people would say that animals and humans are on the same moral plane. I don't think that's what you're saying, right? However, there is a push, though, to say that we should no longer eat meat because it's bad for the life of animals. We should do what's best for human beings, first and foremost, and it's good for human beings to eat meat. It's good for human beings to be able to eat animals. It's good for human beings to not just eat like this synthetic fake meat that Bill Gates wants to make all day long. And so, yeah, where do I stand on animal rights? I mean, I don't think any living being should be tortured or should be cruelly treated. At the same time, we should always do what's best for human beings and human beings first. So, for example, when there's an environmental question, the question should first be, what is best for the human species, not what's best for the trees or for the snake. Those things are important, but it's more important for humans. Does that answer your question? Or
in part is okay if I have a little follow-up?
Please, yeah.
I mean, in terms of what rights we give to animals, of course we wouldn't give animals the right to drive a car or vote because it's not relevant to them. But the rights that would be relevant to them are basic negative rights, the right not to be mistreated or killed. And we already have that for cats and dogs, and even cruelty laws on farm animals.
Well, we're allowed to kill dogs. That's not true. We have kill shelters for dogs, right? We also kill dogs that bite their owners and dogs with rabies, right? So if a human being gets rabies, what do? We treat the human. If a dog gets rabies, unless there's like a miraculous treatment, which there usually isn't, right? So you're right. The negative rights, we do have rights to be able to, for better or for worse, because we do not treat dogs and cats as the same moral level, because we as human beings have a soul, we have reason, we have the ability to make sense of the natural world. Dogs do not, right? Dogs only have senses. They do not have reason. And so, for example, a dog cannot tell that it's a dog. Now, there's some disagreement about that, but we as human beings can make sense of the natural world. We are the speaking beings, to say differently. But no animal should be mistreated. But to say that animals are not allowed to be killed would be, therefore, an argument against meat, correct?
Right, yeah. And no
I'm
lies
not saying
about
that's
it.
your
I'm
position.
arguing against...
Right, that's very unpopular probably at, UW-Madison to get rid of bacon, right? So... I'm just guessing. Yeah.
I mean, the reason I'm bringing this up ultimately is these animals that we kill on factory farms. We kill them pigs in gas chambers. We ground up male chicks alive for the egg industry because only the female hens lay eggs. All these different things is because we view animals on not having enough rights to actually protect their livelihood. I'm making an argument that we shouldn't obviously give animals rights that aren't relevant to them.
For sure.
But yeah.
So,
I think as a
if
Christian,
you were a dictator, would you say we cannot kill pigs?
No, I think that should be left up to the free market.
Okay.
The reason I'm concerned about it is the government is spending billions of dollars.
Yeah, I
propping
think factory
up-
farming
yeah.
has a lot of problems, more because of the health of the human that eats the meat, less than about the animal, because it's just not as good for the human. So
But
thank
do-
you. Yeah,
but
go ahead.
real quick,
Yeah.
do you think ultimately that our Republican Party that is pro-free market should be propping up billions of dollars towards subsidies for animal
I'm not a huge
agriculture?
subsidy fan of things that
Okay.
make people fat and unhealthy.
So would you, if you were in a voting position, either if you were an elected leader, would you vote against, and should Republicans vote against that?
I'm not in a voting position, but yeah, I would advocate I'd advocate against most of our current agricultural subsidies for sure.
Okay, thank
Yeah.
you.
Thank you.
Hi guys, so thank you so much for watching. This is one of Charlie Cake contents, and trust me, this was very intriguing and exciting, and there were a lot of things that was said in this video. Now, a very big kudos to Donald Trump. When I say Donald Trump all the time, I say it with my full chest because he has done a lot for United States of America. Every one of us are aware of this, and I also want to give a very big kudos to Charlie Cake. Charlie Cake is actually a great activist, and I kid you not, he didn't go to college, but he's really doing extremely well. And that is why I'm always glued. I'm always glued to his content because his content are always very exciting, intriguing, educative, and informative as well. Now, based on this tax of a thing, I've heard a lot about being taxed, overtasking, and all that. And to my own perception, I think social security payment should be on task. Since payments into the trust were already tasked, yes. When it comes to social security, I think it should be on task. At times, we need to look at the masses and the citizen, and also get to get to understand their play as well, right? So things aren't easy. The economy isn't smiling, inflation here and there, and then we have taxes to pay. So I really think this is a nice one, and absolutely we didn't mind doing our own share while our first income was flowing when young. When living on a fixed income, Trump views are ours at our age. Now, most people are saying that the elderly people should retire from paying tax and all that. Guys, I don't have much to say. It's looking as if I'm just blabbing, but then I need your comment in the comment section below. Tell me what you think about this particular video. Drop your comments in the comment section below. And if you haven't subscribed to my channel, do well to hit the subscribe button. Subscribe to my channel. Give us a huge thumbs up, like, and follow for more. I love you guys so much, and I'll see you in my next video.